guys, welcome back to Grawnya's Home and Kitchen. So today I'm going to make a scone out of almond flour. So this would be ideal for anyone on keto or somebody with diabetes that wants to keep their carbohydrates down. So I'm actually going to try something different. I usually use 10% cream when I make this, but I bought some almond milk today. It's vanilla, non-sugar, and there's 1 gram of carbohydrates per cup. So I'm only going to be using a half a cup of the almond milk. So I will put the ingredients down below. So we're going to start off with 2 cups of almond flour. Now you can heat them because this doesn't seem to go as far as regular flour. I don't seem to get as many out of them, so you can do 2 heaped cups of almond flour. Okay, just going to break this up. It's a little lumpy. And to this I'm going to add 1 sachet of stevia. So this is equivalent to 2 teaspoons of sugar. Actually, you know what, I'm going to put 2 in. So that would be 4 teaspoons of sugar because I usually put 2 tablespoons in my regular scones. So let's do 2 sachets of stevia. Oh, and what I should mention is I have my oven heated up to 190 degrees. If you don't have a fan oven, try 200 to 210. And here in Canada, you're going to go 390 or 400 or 410. Okay, so I have my stevia here. Now to this, just like you would with regular scones, you're going to fold in your butter. So you're going to use a 1/4 pound of butter. How I usually measure my quarter pounds, you find your half point, you find your 1/4 point. So like my regular scones, you're going to mix in your butter with your fingers, run it through your fingers like this until it's well mixed through. Now with the almond flour, it's more dense than regular flour, so it all comes together much quicker than regular flour would. So run it through your fingers so that you get it well distributed throughout the almond flour. Okay, I add these dried blueberries, but they are high enough in carbs. There is 33 grams of carbohydrates, 3 grams of fibre, so that's 30 grams of carbohydrate per 1/3 of a cup. But remember, you're not going to be eating all these yourself, well at least you should be. So you don't have to add these, you don't have to add anything to the scone, you can do a plain scone. But I'm going to add 1/4 of a cup to my scone recipe. So 1/4 of a cup, I guess probably about 25 carbs, and mix it through. So you're literally just putting a taste in. Then I'm going to just mix that through there. So as you can see, not that many blueberries. I'm sure this almond milk will be just fine. So I never thought about it before. I used to use cream because it was low in carbs. But I was thinking today when I was at the store, the almond milk is probably perfect. Okay, so I'm going to start with a 1/4 cup of almond milk and 1 egg. This is a modified version of my regular scone recipe, and it's something I've just kind of been playing around with. And they actually are delicious, and I usually serve them with whipped cream. Kieran actually loves them. Most people that taste them actually really like them. Okay, so there's a close-up of the almond flour with the butter mixed through and the blueberries, and now you can see I'm going to add my almond milk and my egg. Now it will have a very different texture to a regular scone recipe. It's much wetter, but it still tastes really good. Okay, I couldn't resist putting all of the milk in. I should have held back a little bit. Okay, so now you'll see it's quite wet. We're going to bring it all together, and you can't cut it obviously like a regular scone. Now I think I actually may have I couldn't resist putting in the last bit of almond milk, and I should have resisted, so I'm going to add just a little bit of more almond flour to it. So I put 2 extra just fistfuls of almond flour, just to absorb some of the moisture. Okay, so there we go. It's still still very wet compared to a regular scone recipe. Now because you can't roll these out and cut them, I just use my cookie cutter and I just push in. I just push in the mixture. And then push it through. Okay. If you want to, you could turn it that way so you get a flatter top, but it doesn't really matter. Sorry, my parchment paper is pushing back against me today. Okay, another one. Just shape it in there. Push it out. Another one. So we're going to get 6. Like with regular scones, we'd get probably about 10 out of 2 cups of flour. So that's why I said to you heap up the almond flour. I'm going to take a little bit off there and put it here. Okay. I'll just take some more. I can fill it in. Waste not, want not. When you're on the keto diet, every little treat is savoured. Okay, so push this on top. And like I say, we can do that. Let's do that so they just look nicer when they come out of the oven. Okay guys, so my oven is heated to 190 degrees. I'm going to pop these in. Okay guys, I've just taken them out of the oven, so I left them in total for 20 minutes. So after 15 minutes I turned them, and look at how beautiful and crispy looking they are, and they're cooked on the bottom. So I'm going to put them on a wire rack and allow them to cool, and then I'm going to whip up some cream and make a cup of tea, and I will tell you how good they are, and I promise I'll be honest. Okay, so if you want to, you can cut them in half, put your butter on, and of course your whipped cream, which I sweetened with stevia. Okay, let's just try it. Oh, delicious guys. So I'll put the ingredients up for you, give them a try. If you have any questions, please ask me in the comments below, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and if you could like my channel, I'd really appreciate it. Take care guys, I'm going to enjoy this now with my cup of tea.